And I am very, very lucky that the friends that I attract are the people who respect everyone. I feel like, because I'm very loud with my values, that those people who look down on women or think that women have ceilings, parang they I don't get into proximity with them anymore, or I just don't like them when they make me feel uncomfortable. And I have felt that in some rooms.
Thought-provoking conversations with the people shaping our country. We uncover stories behind the headlines with influential voices from the Philippines and beyond. This is Manila Bulletin's The Sit Down.
Welcome to another episode of The Sit Down. My name is John Legaspi, Associate Editor of the Lifestyle section, and I'm with,
Leon Rodriguez, food editor for Lifestyle.
and we're excited to welcome here an award-winning food content creator, Lumpia Queen herself, Abi Marquez.
Hey! Kinakapa ko yung energy. Gano'n makataas yung energy dito kasi I could totally like,
Oh my
hey
God.
guys! Okay. Sorry, masyadong mataas.
Let's shoot for the first question.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Okay,
Sure.
great, Abby. So, Abby, people see you now as that Filipino food creator everyone loves. But before the videos and features, what was your relationship with food really like?
Oh, food is my long-term relationship. I've been in a relationship with food for 25 years, which is my age. Char. It's been, I would say my life revolved around it for as long as I can remember. It's been my way to express care and love by serving our house guests juice or snacks when I was like literally 4 years old. And when I was in fifth grade, when kapag pupunta yung mga kagrupo ko sa bahay for our projects, I would bake for them. And ang cartoon ko nun ay cooking show talaga. And I would bond with my family through cooking and eating. And I really loved how my family and I would eat together every night. So everyone comes home from school and meron kaming salo-salo. And like in every era of my life, there's just food present or me cooking for other people. High school, I also cooked for my classmates. I would wake up earlier, like 4 hours earlier before I would go to school for classes just to cook for them. Yeah, in college, I was in a dorm, so hindi ko kaya magluto. So I sold yung crinkles sa UP. But for personal, dahil lang wala lang may pagkain. And now I'm in a career that's food, and in college I also took restaurant management, HRIM and UPD. Yeah. So, food is my longest relationship. I mean, nanay ko pala kasi. Yeah.
We're just curious. What's the first dish that you've cooked na parang napaisip ka na, you're onto something?
Ooh. I remember nung grade 2, parang nagtoast ako ng tinapay, tapos nilagyan ko siya ng adobong mani sa ibabaw. Tapos hindi ko alam kung ba't ko siya naalala, pero I feel like I'm inventing something. Tapos pagkapasok ko sa school, sinabi ko sa teacher ko na, alam niyo po, sir, gumawa ko ng sandwich, adobong mani yung laman. Tapos, yuck. And I was like, ew, innovation hater. Charot. But even then, I knew that the kitchen really is my playground, and hindi ko i-hate yung idea until I try it, especially with food. I feel free experimenting, and I see that with myself until now. I like working with people who like to push boundaries. I like to make videos that answer questions and do things in the kitchen that some people might be afraid of doing, kasi nga naman in this economy mahirap gumastos at magsayang ng pagkain, but I would do it for the curiosity of it, to answer questions, which is one of the reasons why there's a Lumpia Queen though. What happens if we wrap this in Lumpia wrapper? Yeah, that's
So okay. So during that time that you were experimenting and everything, so it was kind of a hobby still, I
it.
guess.
Yeah.
So at what point did it become? Did you realize that it was something that you can do to tell stories?
Oh, the content.
I
Sorry,
guess
sorry, or
yeah, we're
food.
leading to that. Yeah.
Food in general.
Mm.
Um, food to tell stories. So right now I'm thinking like retrospectively, no, because I never really had that consciousness now I'm gonna use food to tell my stories, until I did content creation, I guess, because it's quite clear to me that successful content, it's really the storytelling that makes it great. There's a lot of viral content, successful content that is shot with very cheap lights, very cheap cameras, and sometimes you don't even know what's happening. But as long as the story is good, the video is gonna be good. It's gonna perform, and all my content is about food, and so it's really important for me that the story in each of my video is good. And sometimes that can be the journey from starting a recipe to the end of the recipe, or using food as a tool um, to promote something or advocate for something. Right now, my biggest mission is to contribute to Filipino food getting more recognized globally. And I do that through food and storytelling, talking about the food that we eat at home, the food that I serve to my family. Can be as simple as telling people that in the morning, you will hear something like, ganyan, and people are gonna be running to chase coins at pagdadala ng mug, and bibili sila ng taho. So that's a very good story for me to tell to other people. And that's how I use food to bring people together and to share stories.
Since you mentioned about Filipino flavors,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think it's an understatement to say that Filipinos are big food fans, you know. Kahit na
Yeah.
anong cuisine pa yan, di ba? Parang
Mm-hmm.
you can easily get their attention, di ba? Pero for you, what's the reason why na you mainly focus your content on, or most of your content on Filipino flavors and Filipino cuisine?
Yeah. I think it's because that's the food that I eat every day. That's the food that I know how to cook. Growing up, I watched my mom cook. So, yun yung alam kong lutuin. Adobo, menudo, tortang talong. And so, when I cook, that's also the food that I cook. And I never really had the opportunity to explore, actually, even if I wanted to, because financial constraints. Um, and I never really traveled until I did content creation. So I don't know anything outside of Filipino food. And by anything, I mean I don't have like authentic benchmarks of it. So it's just naturally who I am and what I know. And so I feel like it's easy for me to tell that, and I find myself in a position where I can share, I have more things to share about that, and I just understand it better. Yeah. And it's really easy to be in the food space because everybody eats, and the Filipinos are really passionate about their food because it's so diverse and it's so personal. um, it's connected to our personal stories, and I would understand why some people would get mad na bakit ganyan yung ano mo may, or bakit ganyan yung humba mo ay may ganyan sa lola ko ganyan. And I understand where it's coming from because it's a personal story to them, which is why it's so fun. It's so fun to stir the pot. Wow. um yeah, in all aspects of stirring the
Literal and
pot. Yeah, yeah,
figuratively.
yeah.
So we're talking about your content creation. Can you talk about the part of your journey as a content creator that you feel that people don't see behind the screen of you doing? Can you share some
Mm,
stories about that?
yeah.
Mhm.
I think that behind the scenes, or the thing that people really don't see with content creation, is the years that I had to spend learning to, sorry, the years that I spent learning how to do each aspect of content creation. Um, when I talk to creators who are starting, they always ask me, how do you do this? How do you edit your content so nicely? How do you have how do you know what music to use? How do you know what light to use? And they get intimidated and they get scared, but what I always tell them, it's not something that I learned overnight. And if you put time and effort into it, into learning anything, you'll get good at it. And what people don't see is that before I was a content creator, I trained myself with cinematography, video editing. I spent super long nights studying different light modifiers and different lenses and the effect of a low angle and a high angle and the effect of pacing and the effect of, just all of those techniques just because I love doing it. So in high school, I'm the extracurricular girl because I love art and I love video. I love it. Shout out to video team. I love video. I love motion picture. I love telling stories and I love cooking. And all of those things that I learned throughout the years, that is why the videos right now that I post look polished. And there's comfort in knowing that ah, she spent, no, it took effort. Yeah. And we can do that too. Yeah. But aside from that, it's all of the work that goes into one content, to be honest. It's a 1 minute video, but it's days and hours of thinking, of back and forth with a team. It's making sure that you have the right intentions for the video and making sure there's a balance of your voice and other people's voice and a brand's voice. There's just so much that goes into it that hindi talaga siya madali. Yeah.
Yeah. So, based on your answer, content creation, as much as people see it as fun, it's really hard work.
Yes,
And,
yes, it is.
Diba? And that's different from creating your platform.
Oh,
So
yeah.
for you, what's the hardest part of creating your platform or building your platform?
Creating and building a platform, it's different because now it's about showing up, consistency, and relationships, and finding the people who share the same value as you, and even figuring out how this platform works so that you can reach the people you want to reach. Like, it's a completely different thing. But I guess the good thing right now with social media is that the algorithm takes care of that. If you post something, the algorithm or the platform will do its job and make sure to find the right person to watch your content. And then now it's a matter of being consistent, making sure na set yung core values mo, and making sure that you always sound like yourself. Because building a platform or building a relationship, it's about trust, especially as content creators. That's something that we take care of and something that we see really important, and we don't try to compromise even when it's like, usually it's for like branded projects, when you feel like parang they're trying to make me say something I won't usually say, and that's when you try to fight for your creative freedom and your voice and everything like that. But yeah, it's about building trust, having the core values, and being loud enough to attract the people who share those same values, and showing up consistently. Yeah.
Were there moments during your journey that you thought na is this something sustainable? Is this something that I can really do my entire life? I'm assuming you want to do it seriously and everything. Were there moments?
Yeah. Actually, how do I answer this question in all with all of its layers? So content creation, I would say it's still an unconventional career because even today we were talking about how content creators, we don't really have. So when we're talking about careers, I would say finances is a big part of it. Like, that's how you sustain a career in something. If you get income from it, that you're able to fund what you're doing, fund your physiological needs, and survive. That's what I call a career. And so I think I was really lucky enough that when I started, um, I saw money coming in, and even until now, the amount might be inconsistent, like in terms of how much, because that's really just the nature of content creation. But with techniques like diversifying your income streams and making sure you have a system that make sure you put out consistent outputs and that you get consistent income coming in. So up so if I'm gonna answer, was there a point where I thought, oh, this could be a sustainable career? I would say it came pretty early to me. Maybe um 6 months after I started. Yeah, so I started January 2022, and 1 month after starting, first week of February, I had my first X deal. And X deal means you get free products in exchange of services, which means making a video for them or featuring their product in your video. Yeah, that's my first X deal. And I couldn't believe na yung kalokohan ko sa kusina would get me something tangible. And during that time it was 1 box of gulaman, like 8 flavors, 12 sachets each of gulaman. So syempre at this point di ko pa inisip na sustainable to. Kasi who can live off gulaman for like all the time? Yeah, unless ibenta mo yung chicharing. And then 2 months after I started, I got my first cash deal or paid deal. But during that time, I'll be transparent. It was like, can you feature us for 5,000 pesos per video? And ouch ba? Masakit ba? You know, during that time, it was like, wow! Kasi student ako that time. I was still in college. Yeah, and 5,000 was like... And for context, during this time, I was also working as a freelance content creator for other people. And I would get paid 2,000 pesos to make the story, look for stock media, photo, video, voiceover, edit everything. As in, you make content out of nowhere. And I was so happy with 2,000 pesos, which I now realize na, what, what was I doing? But it worked for me during that time. So when content creation offered me 5,000 peso opportunity to host a live stream, I was like, oh my gosh. But I would say, kaya ko sinabi 6 months, it's because 6 months after I started, I graduated college. And I was so sure of myself that I'm gonna do this full time. I'm not gonna apply anymore for employment. I'm gonna do this full time because I saw that it was really fulfilling for me. Wait, number one, finances. Career. Number one, finances. I already earned from it an amount that I don't think I could have gotten or could have saved if I worked 9 to 5 in my first 5 years or 3 years working in a in a corporate job. So that made it easy for me to tell my Asian parents, look, sustainable, allow me to pursue the arts. And aside from the finances, it was the fulfillment that I felt. And I just really felt that I was in the right place because people find value in what I do. And I was really fulfilled to see them smile or see them happy. And yeah, it's an amazing discovery for me, content creation, and I wish I could do it for as long as I can. Yeah. It's gonna change in format or whatever. But I don't know. I'll be there. I'll be there cooking and telling stories, I guess.
But industry-wise, you as a woman who's working in the food scene, in the media scene, were there ever a time na feel mo na you need to work extra hard for people to take you seriously?
Yeah. Teka, isip ko ng example. But for general answer, yes, 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 yes. But at the same time, I am a very competitive person. Like self-competitive. Wow. Self-competitive. I valedictorian. Char. Valedictorian. Top one of the class. Extracurricular. Overachiever growing up. Yung pala ADHD. Anyway, sorry, what's the question?
Were there
Did you
ever
have
a
to work
time?
hard?
Yeah. As a
Yeah.
woman.
To be honest, I'm not sure if it was about being like a woman. I just felt like I had to work hard. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I guess I'm in a privileged position to say na I never felt obviously or heard verbatimly na you're just a woman, you're just a girl, babae ka lang, you can't do this is your ceiling. I may not have heard it verbatimly, but maybe subconsciously I felt like I had to work harder also than everybody else. Um and to be honest, I just focused on just doing it. Yeah, just doing it and doing it and doing it um instead of like I I guess my hindi pa advocacy eh. My way of attacking that was just to prove them wrong.
Mhm.
Um and that's until now. That's something that I do until now because being a content creator in the food industry, it's a male dominated industry. When I go to events, culinary events, it's obviously more male than female. Um, and when it comes to my chef friends, a lot of them are male. And I am very, very lucky that the friends that I attract are the people who respect everyone. I feel like, because I'm very loud with my values, that those people who look down on women or think that women have ceilings, parang they I don't get into proximity with them anymore, or I just don't like them when they make me feel uncomfortable. And I have felt that in some rooms.
Really. Mm.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Mhm.
Especially being as young as me, fresh grad, no employment experience, no work experience, no professional experience. Ang lit ko pa, sorry. It's a thing to me kasi when I watch kitchen stuff, o kaya when I met Gordon Ramsay, yun yung mga head chef niya, ang tatangkad talaga nila. And I'm like half their height. Um, kaya natawa. I'm half their height. And a professional kitchen, ay nagsisigawan sila, mausok, everyone's Oh, yeah. Yeah, may naalala na ako. Before I did content, I really wanted to work in the kitchen. So I asked someone, kabat siya ng ate ko. He is working as a chef. And I said, what are your tips for someone like me? I want to work in the kitchen. And he said something like, you really have to build your portfolio and gain their respect because the kitchen is full of mayayabang na mga lalaking chef na napataasan sila ng pride. So yeah, basically that's it. It's just that you have to show up and consistently prove apparently that you're better than everyone else. Yeah. Yeah, ngayon ko lang naalala. Thanks guys for the nostalgia.
Reminder.
Oo nga, no? Yeah.
Mm. So let's continue. Out of everything you've done so far, we've talked some of your experiences doing content. What achievement feels the most meaningful to you? So it's not
Um,
necessarily the biggest or the
Most
pinakabongga or the
meaningful.
meaningful currently.
Currently, I am still in the high of being one of the faces in the 1 billion followers summit billboard in Dubai. That happened last month. Yeah, so I got invited as a keynote speaker in this international creators event, which which united the like 500 to like more than 500 top creators in the entire world. And in the billboard, huge billboard in the DIFC building, I got my face was there. My face was there beside Mr. Beast, Will Smith, Samir, like all of these top creators. And that to me, syempre personal kilig yun. But aside from that, it's the it's the happiness and pride that my team felt, my management felt. What made that what made that moment really meaningful was to see how happy my management or my team felt actually. Like because nakikita mo ng mga tao na ako palagi yung nasa video, but there's really a very hardworking team behind me, supporting me and protecting me all the time. And they are the reason that I get to have what I have right now and have all of these opportunities. And for that thing to happen at the start of the year, after so many, after working hard and everything, it was just an amazing moment of celebration for us. And going there in Dubai and discovering na ang laki pala ng Filipino community doon. And after my keynote speech, they all met me behind the stage and expressed how proud they are. And they would tell me things like, na sobrang nakaka-proud maging Pinoy after seeing you in the billboard. Um, you make us really proud. Nakakatuwa na may Pinoy dun sa among those faces. And those are the types of amazing reminders to me that whatever I'm doing, it's really bigger than TikTok or bigger than just cooking in my kitchen or bigger than me, but it's something that people get inspired by. It empowers other people, and that makes it all the more meaningful.
Your content has a distinct vibe, and part of it is how you present yourself. So, for you, how important is how important is personal style to your storytelling?
Like fashion?
Yeah. Siguro, let's talk about,
I have zero fashion sense.
yung
I have-
iconic spaghetti look.
Oh yeah, because I have people who help me do that. Yeah, I have zero fashion sense. If you see me wearing something good, that's probably because of my stylist, Miss Pam Ricarte, or Joe Rubio, who made the spaghetti gown, and the most amazing stylist that we work with. Shout out then to Kandama. We pull out stuff from them. Sorry, with your question.
How important it is for you to present yourself in a way na, let's say, will tell your story.
Yeah, I guess the visual element of the storytelling answer that. So it may not be. I will not talk more about fashion because I don't have that
Right.
in me. But I will talk about in video, branding wise. Like this glasses, it doesn't have lenses. Nataka ba kayo? Walang glare. Lagi masaya yung mga video team kasi walang glare yung glasses kasi they don't have to move the light. But it doesn't have lenses because I wear it kasi di nila ako ma-recognize without it. That's one of the visual cues. It's really important. So for myself, I have to wear glasses so people will recognize me. Actually, if I go outside na nakalugay, they don't recognize me. I have to put a clamp like that.
Uy, si Abi.
Uy, si Abi! Ay, si Abi! So, personal style, that's it. But in terms of the kitchen, I'm really particular about making it look real. Making it look like it's grandma's kitchen. And we're in a house, not in a studio. So, I did my first videos. I filmed them all in my parents' house. It was a wooden kitchen. And I really felt, when I watched my own videos, I really felt that, oh, this is home cooking. This is this kitchen produces food that makes you feel comfort and nostalgia and like that feeling of home. And so when I finally got my own space, I made sure that it looked similar to my first kitchen. And the items that we use in the kitchen, I started out using kung ano meron sa bahay. So yung iba doon may gas, kalawang. That was intentional na, okay, this is real. I don't want to use super polished stuff. Well, now we're a little bit more cautious kasi when we work with brands, they don't want to feature their products sa kalawangin na nakawali. But as much as I can, in my own way, I try to make things still look more raw and organic. It can be as simple as transferring like a kunyari pre-measured sugar from a glass bowl to a random colored bowl, random colored mukhang pambahay na mug or bowl. I still do that until now, just to make sure that this still feels like a home. Yeah. That's the visual thing for me. And also with the cameras, sorry if I'm gonna be a little technical about it. We do have a lot of cameras. We have like 3 cameras, all of them full frame. We have all the types of modifier. I have a very talented cam up and DOP that I work with. His name is Dustin, and he shoots the most professional music videos and film. But when he works with me and when we film our videos, I tell him, this is something that I tell him all the time, Dust, masyadong maganda. Yeah. Dust, masyadong polished. Masyadong maganda. Yeah, masyadong maganda. Baguhin natin yung ilaw, bawasan natin to. Mag-wide tayo. Wag mo akong gamitan ng prime lens, wag mo akong gamitan ng 50, 85, ganun. Doon lang tayo sa mukhang phone. Yeah. So, those are the visual things that are really important and particular to me. Yeah. Iba pa usapan yung mga dapat specific shutter speed, mga ganon. Yeah. Those are very intentional.
So a while ago, we talked about you finding your voice and growing to your space. And recently, as you have said, you went outside the Philippines and your experience in Dubai. Can you tell us more about your experiences meeting Filipinos now that you're really representing us abroad?
Yeah, they're always nice. They're always nice. You know, when I go out and travel abroad, yung pagbalik ko ng Philippines, talagang parang malaki siyang sigh of relief. Because iba talaga yung hospitality ng mga Pinoy. Meeting Filipinos abroad, it's a reminder why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's meeting the people who support me online na they want to learn more about, especially for PhilAms, they want to learn more about their roots. For OFWs, it gives them like a piece of home, something that they can share to their colleagues. Yung mga nurses na nanonood ng mga videos ko, they would tell me na sinishare niya yung videos ko sa mga other nationalities, doctors and colleague nurses niya, and now they understand na bakit ganito yung dala niya sa potluck or something. And nakakatuwa kasi they always look out for their fellow Filipinos. And I can feel that like in airports randomly. Ikaw po ba si Abi? Yeah, oh my God, I watch your videos. Sige, dito ka na lang sa pila ko. Dito ka na lang sa mas maikling pila. Ayan. And like, oh, thanks. Fellow Filipino looking out for each other. Yeah.
So you're about to head to Australia for a special collaboration.
Yes.
So, can you tell us something about the Boodle Brunch?
Yeah. So, for the first time ever, I will be cooking seriously, in a professional kitchen with Chef Morris Katanghal and 9 Yards in Melbourne during the Melbourne Food and Wine Festival. So, we'll be serving around 150 to 200 people in ilang course? Appetizer, main course, which features multiple dishes, and a dessert course. So it's a three-course meal, but it's quite extra. So an appetizer will include three different bites of. So the general concept is it's a kamayan. It's Filipino dishes, but incorporating Aussie produce. So for the past weeks, we have been doing test kitchen, um, trying wattle seed, lemon myrtle, things that I've never heard before. Ant jam. It's literally a jam na may langgam, and I'm not sure if people who don't know what it is, kapag sinerve ko sa kanila, kung anong mararamdaman nila na bakit may langgam yung dessert namin. Like, but yeah, it's very interesting. It's been such a great learning, um, ano bang tawag dito? Learning time? Learning
Experience.
It's been such a great learning experience for us for the past week. Chef Morris even flew from Melbourne to my studio to really try out the recipes and made sure that we were happy with each dish and it felt cohesive. And right now, can I invite them? Yeah. So right now the tickets are live, and I hear that some Filipino tourists also and agencies are encouraging to try it out because it is exclusive. It's only for one day. It's for lunch. So I'm inviting everyone to go. Minsan lang yon. It's gonna be really fun. I'm really nervous. Like I'm more nervous than excited, but at least you'll see me nervous. Yeah.
Different
Masarap.
side.
Sulit.
But how did that partnership start? Did they come to you or did you seek them out?
Yeah. I worked with Chef Morris before. He's in a duo Adobros with Chef Michael. We did a collab before. Inuwian nila ako ng kangaroo. Tapos nilumpia ko yung kangaroo. So, yeah, nilumpia ko yung kangaroo. Tumalon nga eh. Nilumpia ko yung kangaroo. So I know him, and I also know the wonderful woman who manages him, Rain Cabral. Miss Rain is also. So last year we were appointed food bar excellence ambassadors with Miss Rain Cabral and Erwan Yusuf and me. So the food community is really small and we all support each other. So when an opportunity like cooking in the Melbourne Food and Wine Festival comes up, the Filipino chefs really help each other. And that's something that I hear a lot in Australia, that yung mga Filipino chefs doon talagang nagtutulungan sila. And when a chef needs this specific ingredient, this specific machine, they borrow from each other. Yeah, and sana ganun palagi. I mean, parang may hugot pero wala naman. Sana, yeah, that's fun. Ang saya na ganun pala yung mga Pinoy.
You mentioned that this will be the first time that you're going to cook in a professional kitchen. So what's your thoughts about it? Were you nervous? Binigyan ka ba ng advice ni Chef Morris?
Yeah, super nervous. Super nervous. What my days have been looking like is I've been practicing filleting fish, timing each fish kung gaano ko siya kabilis ma-fillet at matatanggalan ng skin at madedebone. So I've been training. And tips, Chef Morris has been trying to comfort me by saying na a good service is a not stressful service. And you do that when it's really organized and everything is prepared in advance. And if it becomes hassle for us, then we did something wrong. Yeah. So right now, my goal is to train myself in each element of the dish to make sure na kahit anong i-assign nila sa akin, kaya kong gawin yan. Abi, debone ka ng fish. As of now, ang record ko ay 1.5 minute. Kung 200 na tao yung kakain, mga 2 oras ako magdadebone ng isda. So, that's where I'm at right now. It's really different. It's super different. Cooking professionally and cooking for your family. It's not chill na, balat ako sa patatas. No! It's a cart. It's a sako ng patatas na babalatan mo lahat yon. Bawal magkamali, bawal may hindi pantay. It's different. It's crazy. Yeah. I love it. I thrive in the pressure. Pag walang pressure, hindi ako magsasubmit. Char.
Okay, so boodle brunch reimagines boodle style but using Australian ingredients now. So how do
Mhm.
you plan on attacking it and everything? Honoring tradition and then being innovative. So how do you plan on doing
Yeah.
that?
I would say my my metric for Filipino food is recognizing it because I grew up eating Filipino food. If I don't recognize it visually, in taste, or in concept that this is, yeah, this is kare-kare, yeah, this is sinuglaw, then we're not on the right track. So it's a matter of researching what makes that dish. So for example, if it's kare-kare, apparently you can't have acid. You need to have peanuts. It has to have bagoong. Right now, the modern way to do it is use peanut butter instead of the traditional, which was grinding the peanuts and roasting it from scratch. It can't have acid, so can't put suka or kamatis na hindi naluto ng maigi. So that's what makes kare-kare kare-kare. So if we use Aussie produce with it, we can't justify adding an Australian vinegar to this para lang masabi na we added something. It's really para siyang ano like this is the whole picture. What can you change there? Na pag tinignan mo yung picture, ito pa rin yun, but it's a little different. Same, but different. That's always been the case for me, especially when I do my videos. How do I innovate without sacrificing the soul of the dish? It's a lot of research, making sure na hindi mo nako-compromise yung fundamental flavors para lang mag-trend, para lang may bago. That's not the right way to do it. Yeah. Oh, di
Yeah.
ba? Diba? Oh.
Filipino food is having a moment right now globally. And for
Mm-mm.
you, like one of the ways that you're introducing it is through this boodle brunch. So for you, why is it important for you to introduce our flavors internationally and beyond the Filipino audience?
Yeah. Para sa akin, number one, it's something that I'm really proud of. My culture, my food, my story, and since I was young, yun talaga yung nagbibigay sa akin ng kasiyahan is to share my food to other people. So it's a personal fulfillment for me to be able to cook and share that. But at the same time, going to other countries, I really see na there is still some discrimination that Filipinos feel or Asians feel, and meron nga mga invisible ceiling, not just for women but for like Filipinos in general. And I feel like we all need, like, it's always welcome for mali. We all need something to be proud of, and it's about time that we prove the people who look down on us wrong na we are capable, because honestly Filipinos are the most talented people in the world. Hindi natin kailangan spoon feed para matutunan ng isang task or isang skill. We are so talented by default, and aside from the food, it's the talent and the, like, them seeing that we can also thrive, we can also succeed, like, not just with them but like kaya namin, yun yung gusto kong mapakita. And I've been doing that for that effort for content, and that's why it's really a celebration for us to see those kinds of achievements, like the billboard and being the first Filipino content creator to win a Webby Award, or being the first Filipino creator to win a Stevie Awards or something like that. Those are the goals. And this one, it's also aligned with that. We want to show them how it's done and how Filipinos are so talented. and we know how to cook. We know how to. We know our food. Yeah.
No doubt.
No doubt.
So here at the sit down, we have our signature question.
Hmm.
Are you ready?
What's
So
that?
let me get this right. If you could sit down and interview someone, who would that be and why?
Mm. I would I would interview. Ayun ako pa iniisip eh. Tapos pipigyan ko yung sarili ko sabihin na si Whitney Houston, si Elvis Presley, or magpaka-fangirl para lang magpa-picture sa kanila. But I would interview, inisip ko kayo, sorry. Inisip ko kayo. So, game guys. I really wanted to interview the people who write, to be honest. Because I can't do what you do. I want to interview food writers. I want to interview people like you. I want to interview journalists. Because, number one, how do you do what you do? I can't sit down and focus on something. Number two, you have such talent in putting things into words. And I can't even do that right now. Like, nahirapan ako mag-verbalize na mga bagay. And you guys, you're making everything that you write, that's a legacy that you pass down to the next generation for them to know what's been happening and to preserve the culture. And para sa akin, that's something that I want to hear about, because I've met a lot of creators, so alam ko na yung mga chika nila. Hindi na ako sasagot ng singer, although gusto ko talagang ma-meet si Joe Jonas at si ba bang pwede i-shoutout? Joe Jonas, crush? Wala, na-meet ko na si Jericho Rosales eh, so tapos na rin yun eh. So right now, I'm in the curiosity era. The chefs and the food writers and so when I watch cooking shows like Chopped, I would see, sino ba tong judge na to? Oh, she's a food journalist. And then I'm gonna go stalk her and see, ano ba inaral niya? Is her life like memorizing food adjectives? Yeah, kasi ang galing mag-describe, and I struggle with that. Like tasting something in front of the camera. Tapos isipin mo what you want to say. I love the effervescence of... I can't. I can't. So actually, how I improve on that is I actually print adjectives of words. Because I wanted to write. I wanted to be able to write. So, yeah. So, guys.
Thank you so much, Abby, for being here with us and sitting down with us. If you guys want to be updated on everything Manila Bulletin, follow us on all our social media pages. Thank you.